Good morning, friends. If you're a liberty lover and a freedom fighter, then we certainly are comrades in arms in the information war. Please take a seat on the Liberty bus and we will commence our tour of February 15th, 2013. As I record this, it's about 25 minutes before the Meteor is due to pass through our atmosphere. So if all that goes well, then you'll be listening to and watching this video. If it doesn't, none of this will matter anyway, unless of course, there's not sweeping consequences, which in 1908 there weren't. So, except for the people who lived where the meteor struck, of course. So, I want to consider the future a little this morning, and children are the future. So, I want to focus on children, caring for children and bringing them into a place of strength and wisdom. Hundreds of Afghan children killed in U.S. attacks, and I am blocking out the photos here because they are really horrendous. If you visit the website, you will see them for yourselves, but there's going to be a black square over this. We say that we are, this country, the U.S. corporation says that it's in favor of caring for children, but we're killing kids in other countries. Homeschooling works, pass it on. Let's look at homeschooling a little bit here and some of the struggles facing homeschoolers. Connecticut wants behavioral health assessment of public school children and homeschoolers. Regulation is not our friend. Eric Holder, banning homeschooling doesn't violate fundamental rights. Just throwing that out there. Homeschooling is threatened. And another aspect of protecting children is preventing them from being sexually abused. Pope Benedict to seek immunity and protection from Italian President Giorgio Napolitano on February 23rd. The story is that a lawsuit has been filed and naming the Pope, and one of the reasons he resigned was to be able to sidestep the lawsuit. The concern in the lawsuit is that the church has officially granted protection to the Pope and those who have aided and abetted criminal actions, such as ordering bishops and cardinals in America and elsewhere to protect known child rapists among their clergy. We began to hear about this many years ago, and here's the fallout. The reaping and sowing is a real principle. You can't do evil and long term not reap something unpleasant from it. 2 arrested in pedophile probe linked to politicians. A lot of this is about England. Secrecy imposed on the exposure of alleged child abuse, and I'm sure you've heard about the scandal in England. Here is a list of 100 pedophile counselors or UK political party affiliated members. Very serious. So this is coming out in England, and it's coming out pertaining to the church. We may start to hear about members of Congress, because Lord knows they're not innocent. So now I want to shift into still considering children, looking at more direct health. Not that, the other stuff is also very direct. I did not use the correct term there. Another aspect is food safety. The meat industry now consumes 80% of all antibiotics. And you surely have heard about the crisis with too many antibiotics being used, that it creates superbugs. And also, antibiotics are not good for people. They kill your beneficial intestinal flora, and they do not have good health effects long term. Want to mention vaccines? That's probably one of the first things that came to your mind when I mentioned the safety of children, especially if you're a parent and you've had to deal with pediatricians who constantly are offering a hypodermic needle to your children. Shaken baby syndrome, often just a cover story for children who are brain damaged by vaccines. And we have another article from Natural News. Study shows the average child is now chronically ill. Here's what you can do about it. I hope that you will look into that and care for your children in the natural ways. Maybe find a naturopath, chiropractor, somebody who is not bent on selling you prescription drugs, and your insurance, your health insurance may not cover it. You may have to pay out of pocket, but you will be in the doctor's office less. So long term, you may save some money. Russian Meteor Christens G20 meeting. Okay, this is unavoidably, beyond question, the big news of the morning. Not the fact that it was near G20, but I don't think we can completely dismiss that the G20 meeting was being held in Moscow when this happened in Russia. And you've probably heard some various theories about this. The videos are very dramatic, and hopefully by the time I post this video in a half hour or so, we won't have even more dramatic video of DA-14. One of the theories about what landed in Russia, what fell in Russia, is that Russia shot down the Meteor. That would be pretty cool. Go Russia. And if you have a little bit of time today, I hope that you will watch these videos, not because you'll really learn all that much, but because they're quite entertaining, and this is real. This is not some silly movie with actors trying to blow up an asteroid. This is something that really has happened in real life. Along with the lightning that struck the Vatican, to me this is a reminder that, you know, people can scream and shout and rock and roll and do whatever we want, but God is above it all, and things can happen that He initiates that we would not even begin to anticipate. And you probably know the Bible says that He will do exceedingly and abundantly beyond all that we can ask or think. So ask big, think big, and God is bigger. She who will walk in the dark thanks you for joining her on this tour today, and hopes that you not only survive this world, but also thrive, and that you are able to help your children thrive. And be not afraid, because the dawn is coming. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Take care, have a great weekend, insist on liberty, and love one another.